And we're back to learn more about how to register for classes using the Enrollment Wizard. So, now that you have learned about what could be included in your fall schedule, and you've learned about transfer, AP, and IB credits, while you've also learned about the various GEPs and placement exams, it's now time to cover how to register for those courses that you've planned to take for the fall semester. Now, it's very important to note that you will not be able to register for classes until June 1st. So, in this video, we're going to show you how to prepare and plan for enrollment at that time. Step number 1, adding courses to your shopping cart. To add courses to your shopping cart, first, you must access the Enrollment Wizard. You can find this by clicking the Planning and Enrollment tile in your MyPack portal. Then you will select your Enrollment Wizard on the left-hand side. From here, we're going to be looking back at the classes that you've written down from the various sections of this Moodle, and before adding those courses to your shopping cart, at this point, you should have taken the math, chemistry, and foreign language placement exams, as well as taken a few notes on classes of interest that can satisfy various GEP credits for you. And now it's time for the fun part. We're going to show you how to add those courses to your shopping cart with 3 different examples. Example number 1, adding a GEP math course. So, after taking the math placement exam, you should have seen a score somewhere in the range as indicated on the chart as seen here on the screen. For this example today, let's imagine I scored an 80 on the placement exam. This means I will be able to register for MA 141. And now that I know that this is the specific class that I want to register for, we'll walk you through on how to add that course to your shopping cart. First, we'll need to access the Enrollment Wizard by clicking the Planning and Enrollment tile found in your MyPack portal. Next, you'll be sure to click the Enrollment Wizard tab on the left-hand side. After that, we'll want to go to the Add to Cart tab right underneath Term in your Enrollment Wizard, and then be sure to select the Class Search tab found right underneath. Next, we'll scroll down to the second section where we're going to search for MA in the subject line for the mathematics department. And once we find that, we'll go to the next section for course number. And now, since we know we want to register for MA 141, we're going to leave this option as equals, and we're going to type in 141 in the box right underneath. After that, we're going to click the search button found here. And what you will see is all of the search options for MA 141 with open sections. You can look through all the different options found here and find maybe a section that fits your preference of your desired schedule. And when you find the one that you would like to add to your shopping cart and one you would like to register for, just click the Add to Cart button as found here, and then click Continue. And then what you will have is a wonderful MA 141 class section in your shopping cart. Now that we've covered our first example of how to add a class to your shopping cart, there are some very important notes that you should be aware of. There's an icon key found at the top of the search results that is very important to consider when searching for courses. If a course has a green circle under the status column, that means it has open seats and you can register for it. If it has a red circle with a line through it, that means it is closed and no more seats are available. If there is an orange circle with half of it shaded in, that means the course is waitlisted and you are not guaranteed to have a seat. However, you can join the waitlist and hopefully enroll if more open seats do become available. The next icon to consider is the yellow exclamation mark. This means there is a potential that you do not meet the requirements to register for the course. If you hover your mouse over the yellow exclamation mark, it should show you those requirements to enroll in that course. The last icon to be aware of is a blue circle with an uppercase R inside of it. This can only be seen in the seats column of the course information, and it will tell you how many of the open seats are reserved for specific populations of students if you hover your mouse over that icon. Example number 2, adding a GEP natural science course. For this example, We will repeat a similar process from example 1 to register for chemistry. Based on the chemistry placement exam score, as seen here on this page, let's imagine that I scored a 17. This means that I can register for Chemistry 101. So, starting in our Enrollment Wizard, be sure to click the Add to Cart tab and then the Class Search tab found right underneath. We will complete the same process that we followed when searching for MA 141. So we'll select CH for the chemistry department, keep this drop-down box as equals, and type in 101 and search from there. Again, with this list, you'll be able to see all the different course offerings and sections of Chemistry 101. Once you find a preferred section, click the Add to Cart button. You will see a quick note that there is a restriction on Chemistry 101, that you also must register for Chemistry 102, which is the lab. So, if you do plan to take Chemistry 101, be sure to add Chemistry 102. If you do not plan to take chemistry, you can follow the steps in example 3 to find other courses to satisfy your GEP natural science requirement. Example number 3, adding a GEP Interdisciplinary Perspectives course. For this example, we do not have a specific placement score to help dictate what class we should enroll in, so we must use some of the tools that we have to help. To search for a wide selection of courses to help satisfy a GEP credit, like an Interdisciplinary Perspectives, we will show you 2 helpful tools to do so. Helpful tool number 1, the GEP Course Guide. This guide can be found in the Moodle under Section 5, labeled GEP and FYI courses. This guide will give you some recommendations for classes that you could potentially take to help satisfy the requirement that you hope to complete. So, we're going to take a look at a quick screenshot of some of the courses in the GEP Interdisciplinary Perspectives section. When examining this list, if you find a class that is particularly interesting and you would like to take it in the fall, you can just try searching for it in the same way that we searched for a math and chemistry course earlier. So for example, if I'm looking to take Anthropology 261, I can search for it in the Enrollment Wizard just like I did earlier. Helpful tool number 2, the Planner Courses tab in the Enrollment Wizard. One of the benefits to having this list of suggested classes for the fall semester is that it can help you search for classes when you're unsure of what is available or unsure of what class you would like to take to satisfy a specific requirement. So here's how to do that. First, start in the Enrollment Wizard and then click the Add to Cart tab and select the Planner Courses tab found right underneath. Next, scroll down to the sample schedule. You will notice 2 columns on the right-hand side that will help us the most. If you have a specific class in your planned courses, like we have here with USC 101 and English 101, it will show you how many sections of those courses meet your search filter options. However, if you have a GEP category in the planned courses, like we have here, you can click the name of the requirement under the Options column, and it will show you every class that meets your search filter options that satisfied that GEP requirement. For example, we just clicked Interdisciplinary Perspectives, and this will now show us a list of all of the Interdisciplinary Perspectives courses that are available in the fall semester that meet our search filter options. You can choose one from here and see what sections are available, and when you find your preferred one that you would like to have, you can add that to your cart. Now that we've completed step 1 of adding courses to our shopping cart, it's time for the next step. Step number 2, officially registering for courses. Just imagine that it's a bright and sunny day and you look at your calendar and it tells you that it is June 1st, 2022. Well, you know what that means. You can finally register for courses. Since you've added the courses to your shopping cart that you do want to register for, this is the easy part. You will go to your shopping cart tab in the Enrollment Wizard and double check that the classes that you want to register for are still open. Lastly, check the box in the Enroll column. If that box is not checked off, you will not be able to attempt to enroll in those courses. Once you have confirmed that the courses are still open and the Enroll box is checked, scroll down to the bottom of your list of classes and click the Enroll button. You will receive a quick pop-up box and click Continue. Then you will see if you are successful in adding your courses. If there was a red X and you were unsuccessful in adding a course or two, be sure to double-check their status and the potential course requirements. View the yellow exclamation point that we mentioned previously, or check for any seat reservations. The last thing to note is that you will see your classes in your shopping cart as blue when you are not enrolled in them. Once you successfully enroll in your classes, they will now be green in your schedule. So please remember that there is a possibility of not getting all of your classes. This is why we look at alternative options. As mentioned previously, you should list some alternative courses when planning for enrollment in case you do not get a desired class. If you do not get your first choice class, please do not panic. Try to find a different section of the course or use any of the helpful tools mentioned previously to help you find those alternative options. And remember, this is just a first draft. After June 1st, you will be able to add, remove, and change courses all throughout the summer. Lastly, your academic advisor will be here to help you make any changes to your schedule when you visit for orientation. So if you do need any additional resources to help with registration, be sure to see the links that we have posted to get some additional support with resources on how to enroll using MyPack and the Enrollment Wizard. Good luck with registering for classes.